Time and time again, it seems that Allagan something or other are either the cause of the solution to our or the solution to our problems. Okay. To think the self-same materials that launched Dalamud will now be used to help ferry mankind to the moon. There's a poetry in that. That's true. I'm confident that even the deadliest of Allagan defense mechanisms are no match for our allies. At this rate, some might soon have as many accomplishments to their names as a certain warrior of light. I suppose? It's so funny, because oh my god, the last part, everybody was like working together, and I guess they didn't want to be the ones, they wanted to shoulder their burdens with the warrior of light, I suppose. And that's not bad. I think it furthers, just like Alize said, they want to, I guess the warrior of light herself, in this case Nemu, did so much. She did so much for everybody. She doesn't want us to carry the burden alone, and so everybody is standing together. That's really good. Considering how much of a fuss he made at the time, I don't see why he takes every opportunity to bring it up. It was just firewood. It meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to him back in Heaven's Ward. It meant so much. What serendipitous irony that remnants of the Seventh Umbral Calamity would become the keys to mankind's salvation. Nevermore have I been that Master Louis Soir watches over us from the ethereal sea. First Toloferoi, and now the final days. No one can accuse the Ilzabar contingent of backing down from a challenge. Of course, they weren't all so committed to the cause when we first set out. But after seeing the example set by you, Alphino and the others, the change was palpable. They couldn't help but believe. I find it funny that Alphino was the one who was like giving link pearls, was linking everybody to everybody that we, the Warrior of Light, knew personally. It's funny. Though Bahamut is gone, internment hulks are far from safe. It could be much worse, of course. They won't have to fight their way past Mericidian dragons, nor is there any danger for the Elder Primal might be summoned again. Even so, I dare say there are still a fair few Allagan creations and contraptions remaining to bar our friend's way. I only hope that Grandfather watches over them. Alright. Alphino, I'm ready. Let's do it. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will know if they meet our requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? Ha! You've done more than enough. You've already done more than enough. If I had to say though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allagan technology. Oh, Grahati is your man. You there, the lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. Ha! If only Master Kokol knew how right he was. While he and Graha established a rapport, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. And if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Sharlayan is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busy in themselves preparing for the Exodus. Pah! That lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. I shall endeavor to provide Master Kokol with whatever information he should require. I cannot talk. I'll admit, without refined adamantite, I ain't got a bloody clue how else I could get the ether burden performing any better. If you lot don't come up with the goods, we're buggered. Yeah, I got you. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholarch Monteshane mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Aetheryte once our work is done. Oh, hello. Are you one of the new helpers? I'm working on the ether burner. Oh dear. I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose that over my current duties. Checking and loading samples, day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. The forum's got enough on their plate as it is. What with aiding deciding who gets to board the Ark and when. A lot of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Fortuno and the others. Hardly gets a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? Helping with the Ark. Even with all the power Master Kokol's managed to squeeze out of the ether burner, it's still not enough, apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we'd begun the Exodus sooner. People are dying, and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan, and all will be well. Offering to help. That's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of the things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose is our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meet them in person, after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous, looming giants. Why, I would much prefer something small and fluffy, like that beheaded rabbit that ran by. Oh! Oh, she's met them! She's already met them. She's already met some. You're good, lady. Oh! Oh my god! How marvelous it is to see you again. You'll be pleased to hear I've learned much since our fascinating discussion at the Caratorium. It's all thanks to Urianger, you see. He's taught me the finer points of cooking, which, despite my name, I knew very little about. So many dishes, so many hard-to-pronounce words! Actually, I was rather hoping he'd show me how to bake an Archon loaf. They're quite popular here, though it doesn't sound like it contains any flavor to speak of. Still, if that's the sort of thing your kind enjoys, I shall make enough to last the whole journey. Crikey! I wasn't expecting to see you here, Nemu. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to say goodbye, and for having those other Loporrits attack you. Terrible misunderstanding that. Oh, it's okay. You were just doing your duty. Not to worry though, as all have since recovered from the rather savage beating you administered. They bear you no ill will. Well, perhaps a little, on the account of the savagery. But time heals all wounds. Most, anyway. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. What a joy to sample the delights of the Aetheris. Aww. It appears the Loporrits have infiltrated Sharlayan's most heavily guarded facility. How? I know not. That's funny. Fancy meeting you here, Nemu. Our friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested is in Theris himself. Though we now find it ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare, and they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Urianger and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaging idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe, but okay. A tour of Labyrinthos? Huh. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestways Burrow, it would be in our best interests to have the Loporrits acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by their Sharlayan collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk our narrowing, rather than broadening, their perspectives. Perhaps thou art better suited to lead this venture. What a marvelous idea! Might we begin with that big, what's it over yonder? Ah yes, the what's it. I shall leave its explanation to you, Nemu. Oh my god. Alright. Sure. Goodness me! To build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous! Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important creatures? Okay. Okay. Yes, we're doing a mini game. Alright, what are we looking at? Oh. Metallic tube, mushroom-like thing. Tanks. It's a little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through that window another pipe, another pipe, and I can see through that window another pipe is at the bottom. Ah, this must be for purifying water drawn up from below. Is that water I hear from inside that big tube? It must be because of those cogs that had gigantic wheel on the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw water that's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it too. That looks like the trees in the Greatest Ensvale. Hold on. That's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced too. Now it makes sense. That's where they were storing water. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water's drawn from underground,
presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! A design brilliant in its simplicity. I dare say it would take only a moment to install even in the harshest of environments. For us Loporrits, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that the people of Aethera sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive?
Yeah, many settlements in Thanalan are built near an oasis.
So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we anticipate. A few adjustments may be in order, but once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual, it may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place.
Master Alphinaud spoke of the machinery responsible for the feat during your journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loporrits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel.
Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid!
We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Sharlayan Hamlet. I shall lead the way.
You mean we'll be able to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. We were not escorted here by burly custodians.
Were we not escorted here by burly custodians? I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, many a hunger predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, Loporrits may appear to be the potential rather appetizing source of sustenance. Oh my god, don't scare them! Might I impose thee to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed.
If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way! To the water extraction, what's it?
Okay. Ew.
Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not to be burned to a crisp, if it's all the same to you.
Fair enough. My friends, I bid you welcome to the Logistican Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray, follow me. Oh. Hey.
Marvelous! Simply marvelous! So, this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. The environment, the perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently, most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Aetherius just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous, and I cannot wait to see more of it. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food?
I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found in Merrill Ergonomics. As I imagine Seemingway and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus, wouldst thou be so kind as to escort our visiting culinarian?
Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Urianger was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention Aetherius will soon be no more. So I must learn all I can while there is still time. Let us brook no further delay.
Alright.
This is the place, yes? The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I've spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to farmers' crops without permission are often caught in and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples?
Alright, he's accompanying me.
Oh, they're so cute!
Let us ask this guy. Oh yeah, it's this guy. The one I met earlier. Back in Sharlayan. Ah, it's you. The one who climbed down from the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I rushed off my feet in preparing for the exodus. And I'm not the only one. We've all got to find the ways to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal.
Don't you want to go to the moon?
Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. No matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what you came to talk about, is it?
Nothing quite so, Desire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may.
By all means, help yourselves.
Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? Oh! I know what these are. Grapes, yes?
Yes, the little weird polygon-shaped grapes. Yes, that is the one.
Let's see if they are as delicious as they look.
As they look, that's funny.
So sweet, so sour. taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what's your opinion on the grapes?
Meh.
Meh? An expression of indifference, I assume. In all fairness, our compendium did note that they valued more as an ingredient for spirituous beverages rather than as a fruit for regular consumption. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat! Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat! Yes, that's... equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Urianger about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is... bitter. This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they are still in my estimation. But no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in the field over there.
You mean this one right there?
That color, that texture. Are they some sort of enormous round carrots?
They are pumpkins.
No? In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Ugh! It's so hard and flavorless! I may as well be chewing a piece of wood! That all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures of masquerading as goodly carrots.
Stop! Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first.
Do you not find it awful bother?
Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember.
And perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder though, if there is any even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder?
Yellow fruit? Yellow fruit, I'm assuming it's a lemon.
What a wondrous fragrance! With luck, it'll have flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. My tongue! Is this poison?
Nah.
A lemon?
You mean it's supposed to taste like this?
How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Ugh. It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I had best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others.
Alright. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking.
I'm rather enamored with grapes and oranges. Less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they are not to be eaten raw. Then there was that lemon. The deceiver. I feel so violated.
First time, was it? I'd hate to leave. I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth, in more ways than one. So I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will.
More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to... Oof. Bit of sick came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, Lemon Muffin. Do your worst. This is delicious! Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking.
See? We rarely use lemon in its natural taste, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the name is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over that what was worth preserving, and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we're to survive.
Such a strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loporrits, we were both born from accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learn all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. 'Tis a paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of the perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quests, and all too often become the architects of their own demise. Their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. To be content with what we have and make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemons muffins.
Make lemon muffins, oh. Pardon my Eorzean, but what in the seven hells are you talking about? And who are you, anyway?
Cooking way, at your servants. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many Atheris species as possible, if you're up to the challenge.
Yes, of course. I look forward to it.
Well, this has all been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Urianger and the others have a run of machinery to inspect, shall we?
Aww.
That was the most That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine?
The Far East has oodles of noodles.
Would that I had time to visit. The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Haydn's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way.
Oh, Sage Council. Nemu, I trust thy time in Meryl Ergonomics did. Bear fruit. Ah, dude! Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them. And us. For a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Sharlayan and Hamiet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every Loporrit there, should further questions within my power to answer arise. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
What's wrong? Yes, Nemu. That was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental area for Aetheris at Logistic Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that?
Yep.
The Black Shroud is quite leafy indeed, in a place of utmost tranquility.
You should see the forests of the first one, what's purple. I like the purple trees.
Yes! Yes, Paisei! With the star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you are reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of.
Aw.
How ridiculous we must seem to you. Trying so hard, yet achieving so little.
Dude, you tried your best.
Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness.
I thought I heard tiny voices. Aw, Ingrid!
How did Style fare?
Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurried to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. We can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by your goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burdens.
Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you think me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge.
Nevertheless, I believe in thee.
If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try.
I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of helping Napa. Perhaps you might start with them? With him. "'Tis as good a place as any. Come." Oh wait, is it the guy that I met earlier? One who's been sitting? Yes it is! I think. It's not the same guy. Never mind. Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me? Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. Oh, I'm an engineer, you see. And what they say of this ship, that it's the sum of decades of Sharlayan ingenuity, that it's built with peerless elegant technology, is all true, but I know that none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown it in great expanse. All the tests we've run have been completely on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage. But even so, if it fails us then, well, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight. Or the one after that. Oh, he's scared. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening. But it hardly matters. We thought the ether burner's design was flawless, too. And look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus thou hold the power to ally his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but well... Maybe you could tell me if there's any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about? Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatial-temporal spell, to regulate the environment. But what if that's not enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Ah, gravitation! Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply. And if you consider them as part of one big cosmos rather than a separate place than separate places. Ah, yes, they are talking. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loporrits to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught we liked more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Atheris, and learn more about them while we're at it. Oh. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Nemu, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray, seek thee out of the distressed and apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable Loporrit. Hey. Oh, I do so look forward to that. A place for every Loporrit, and every Loporrit in their place. Hey. Very nice. Guess we gotta look around. Concerns? Hey, there's no point in worrying this stage. It'll only make the work go that much the slower. Yeah, this woman seems to be coping well. Yeah, definitely. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and chirurgeons. But to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in that great expanse is beyond any of us. To say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. The crew from the moon? Why didn't I not think of that? Hey. The end of the world is nigh, yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things, feasible at one moment, utter bollocks the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive! This one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. Oh no! Oh no! This woman, I feel so bad for her. You! Yes, you idiot! Have you seen an envelope lying about? This imbecile refuses to give me the alchemic I ordered without that bloody slip of parchment. Unless your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damned envelope, I doubt they'll be more of help than you. And you've wasted enough of my time already. Jesus. It would be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the Loporrits. Yeah, exactly. He's fine on his own. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! Perhaps I am a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the sustainability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there. Including the Loporrits in our discussions is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will, thank you! Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well. Consult our collaborators. I suppose that would be more effective than sitting here brooding. I am attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips, should the ether burner make our original estimates feasible. But there are simply too many variables. I feel as if my brow will turn inside out. But perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weighing constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. Nice. There are more people. Occupied, administrator. Well, I'll ask her, but I think she's busy. My, what a lovely idea! I notice people are becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I only need to track down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. I hope your plan to cheer everyone up goes well. This woman is doing better than you are! Yeah, she's probably doing much better than me. Blasted assistants! Where have they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm the ether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do so single-handedly. I swear, when I find those assistants of mine... The Loporrits are willing to help? Why didn't you say so? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already, and they haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods. Oh no! 56 bunches of weed on the ground, 56 bunches of weeds. Rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weed on the... Eep! I'm
not neglecting my duties, I swear. I was in need of a little break, you see. But then I found myself unable to relax at all. So I went for a walk, and then I noticed these weeds and... Pleasant conversation, partners, and oh so fussy. Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax.
Makote! Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't particularly feel safe wandering through the sea of stars on gods know what made by gods know who. You mean to say that I can speak with them directly? Amazing! I hope they like questions. 2 more. Oh! Respondent engineer. Just leave me to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. I apologize. I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? You know a starship pilot that I might speak with? Truly? Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. One more and I can be done with this. Tired Gleaner, hey. You can talk to these rabbits. Is there anything bothering me? Well, I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a void scent played it on as a piano. My feet and knees are as drums and cymbals too. Oh man. Just one more person. Is there anybody else, please? Aww. The gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? No, you're panicking. He's having a panic attack. Oh, do pardon me. I didn't see you there. There is no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern, even though we may need to depart at any moment. And if the hull I designed buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind. But that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Highly. Our visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say? Why, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Hey, good shit. Behold, Nemu. Through thine efforts, word hath spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a greater number than we anticipated. Livingway doth gather more Loporrits as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine intentions, watch over them, I prithee. Alright, let's wait. Oh, look at them!
Oh!
Phew! Oh, finally some rest! Why, I haven't spoken so much in... well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
'twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting.
Oh.
But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
Oh.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt.
Oh.
Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget,
Oh. I'm sure they would all be proud. Even Moenbryda. Are those her?
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Are they Moenbryda's parents? Oh my god. Oh, is that... Oh my god.
Well, yes, I am.
Oh my god.
Wilson and Moenbryda, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moenbryda's parents.
Oh my god.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Oh.
Likewise, old friend. Moenbryda and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter and running off to the gods know where.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you.
Oh my god.
Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
Hug back, please. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men. Musings on sadness and loss. Studied and memorized. And meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
His baby.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you, too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
Oh my god.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
Holding back my tears.
This Moenbryda. She was important to him, wasn't she?
Yeah.
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Exactly. Oh, Urianger. Yeah. Thank you for caring for my daughter. The time she spent with you was all too short,
but I know she was proud to have you as comrades. Urianger too is too, I'm sure. And I certainly feel better for knowing that he has good friends to look after him. See that he comes home from time to time, will you? I'll make sure of that. Holy shit. Classical Rogadan language isn't so different from Eorzean. Did you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moenbryda? Oh! When I first held her, the moon was shining silver and full. The whole world seemed aglow. I knew it had chosen her, that she would be a beacon of that self-same light. Of course, we'd later hear our fair share of jokes about how we ought to save Gauntlets' son instead. With how bright and stubborn she was. But fiery as my Moenbryda was, she was always kind. Kind and gentle. God, the cutscene was so unexpected. But oh god, that was something that he needed! He needed closure! We needed closure for Moenbryda. It was... I feel like that's all I wanted to. She deserved better, bro. Yeah. Oh, Nemu. Be assured that I'm fine, I am. Full glad to see them too, after so very long. Gladder still that it was in our company, in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. Oh. Gosh, that little, those quests were so, they were so good. I think this is the closure that we needed for Moenbryda. I'm glad that they did this. Holy shit. Well, okay. I guess I might just end it here for now. I'm really excited for what's to come next. So, yes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!